This year is all about taking profits. So in this video today, we are going to delve right into just the top 10, 12 of the highest cryptocurrencies and have a look at where we could be pricing them out by the ends of this cycle. And then we'll take a look at the entire cycle throughout itself. Hey guys, welcome back to the Crypto Bliss Show. I'm Kiara Ducasse, and today we are going to be speaking heavily about taking profits in this cycle. I'm here, it's cooking hot in the sunny Cape Town and the Western Cape, Southern Africa. So if you're from South Africa and you're here in Cape Town, make some noise, shout out for the Crypto Bliss community. And certainly thank you to every single one of you for being here with me on the channel. And you know, I've been spending some time with my family over the last few days, hence why I just have not done any videos for you guys. I've just been enjoying my time with my family. I don't get to spend much time with them at all, so thank you for your patience. I've been eager to get back at the videos and the content for you, so let's not waste another single second. Let's delve right into today's video. So right here you can see that we are currently in the flat position here. Remember, I said to you that I bought in over here and then I've doubled down and placed another bet here on a long position. You can see I've been in profit most of the time, but right now I'm just sub profit at this point. But I'm not worried at all, because for me right now Bitcoin is getting ready. It's making higher lows here at this point, and we are getting ready to make a breakout of the section, which would bring us probably back up into this zone up here. You can see there's a lot of horizontal resistance right here. There's a lot of upward sloping resistance right here. So that's just the short term. Okay, so if you want to use my private link down below, get yourself a trade here with me. This position is now worth the value is $189, so we've put $38 into the pot from ourselves, and then the trade is worth $190 odd. Okay, so we're just sharing with you, I'm just sharing with you, this is a 5x trade at this point. I haven't gone high leverage at this point, because right now it's good to just dollar cost average into the position, and then we can change the margin at a little bit of a later point once we can see that we've got some confirmed breakout higher lows, higher highs in this region, which is a good region, because then once we do break out of the 108,000 all-time high up here, we would then see this hit the next level, which we will talk about in a moment. So right now you can see here, before I go there, truly you are blessed, and I hope you have all enjoyed your time with your family. If you have, put a little Merry Christmas Santa Man down in the comments below. First coin, we are going to be discussing the price, but now we have to go back in history and look at what actually happened in Bitcoin. And Bitcoin is the biggest, the strongest, the king of all crypto assets, and therefore we need to pay the most amount of attention to Bitcoin. So for us right here, we can see that yes, this was in 2009, but if we pull the Fibonacci's every single time from the high to the low of the cycle, in other words, the previous cycle's high to the cycle's low in the bear cycle, that would be how you would draw your Fibonacci. Now, Fibonacci levels are known to be one of the most accurate indicators of all trading. Okay, and I'm going to show you consecutively why these indicators are probably the number one indicators to use to be ready to take your profits for this 2025 crazy leg up in the cycle. And we probably got 2 sprints left in us. All right, if you don't understand a sprint, this is one sprint, that's a pullback, and that's another sprint. We've probably got 2, maybe 3 at the most sprints in 2025. The first one probably starting kind of New Year's time now. Okay, now where does this take us? Well, first of all, you can see here that every single time once we pull the Fibonacci from the high to the low, you can see that low is the 0 point and the 1 is the high point. You can see that when Bitcoin was ready to break out of that high, it had resistance, and then all it did was at the 2.618 it had a massive resistance level, and then it continued to get a massive resistance level out of the 4.618 in this area. Now isn't this very interesting, because then in this cycle it actually way surpassed the Fibonacci levels, isn't it? I mean, this must be like the 10.618, okay? We don't have that here right now for us, but you can see that we've made this massive move over here. So it blew through the lid of the Fibonacci, right? Now the interesting thing is that high in the cycle that followed that 2014 cycle, which was the 2017 cycle, interestingly, once it made its rally, okay, we had the high at the 1 level on the Fibonacci. We pulled all the way back down to the 0, okay, on the Fibonacci, which ended up taking us from 20,000 down to 3,000 right there. Now, this is the very beautiful component of this, right? Look at how accurate every single time it is. Once again, we had some resistance at the 1 level before we made a crazy pump through. We tried to reach up for the 2.618, pull back, very similar to the previous, okay? And then what happened is we had a tippity tap up here at the 3.618, okay? Then we had almost a reach up here to the 4.236 level, okay, bringing us up to that 69,471 level. So not quite the top of the 4.618 Fibonacci level, basically. So you can see here, very critical and very important to understand something. The first Fibonacci, we blew right out of it, okay? The second Fibonacci, we got trapped under it. This was manipulation, this was not manipulation, and hence the market was a free market to rally. But in this cycle, we do have a bit of both. We have a free market and we have some manipulation. So what could we potentially do? Well, let's go and have a look at this. So I pulled the Fibonacci from the 1 down to the 0 at the baseline here. You can see that. All right. We have now tested the 1.618, and we're busy having a very decent pullback at this 1.618. But it isn't the 2.618 where we previously had the majority of the resistance in the previous cycles, right? So we're kind of already getting that resting period at this 1.618, which is the 100K level, a psychological level in this market, which tells us that yes, my friends, yes, this is a very good time to know that Bitcoin's next move is going to end up at the 2.618, or about 156K, okay? We then, and I just want you to ignore this Fibonacci here for a moment, because this is the Fibonacci that we essentially should pull. So essentially, we should reach up to between the 210,000 to the 243,000 level, according to the Fibonacci and according to the previous cycles. But like I said, the previous cycles highs were caught within the frames and the Fibonacci mathematical equations, and this one broke through it and smashed it to bits and pieces. Now, I wonder what we could do in this cycle down below. You let me know down in the comments below, my beautiful friend. All right, you tell me here. My personal target, however, is this 300K level. I think we could spurt up here, boom, and then instantly pull back here. But hey man, I don't have a lamp where I'm rubbing a genie. I keep telling you guys that this is not financial advice. I'm just here sharing, some dude on the internet sharing my personal views with you, what I see happening in the space, because of my experience, because of trading, because of what other people are also saying, and because of looking at all the data and the metrics of Bitcoin and the liquidity that's flowing into Bitcoin. Now, if we come and pull up to this level, that ends up looking like about a $5 to $6 trillion market cap on the Bitcoin market cap. Now, that's at the current rate of the Bitcoin dominance, right? Bitcoin dominance, however, pulls back, which means liquidity pulls out of Bitcoin and goes into assets like Ethereum, BNB, Solana, and other assets that I'm about to share and show with you, other altcoins. So make sure to stay tuned. Let's delve right into Ethereum. So let's go and have a look at Ethereum and what it did in the previous cycle too. So let's just to recap, Bitcoin between 250 and 300,000, because this move that we consolidated here is what this Fibonacci is talking about here, and this Fibonacci is between 231 to about 281. So it's not quite my target. My target is 300. I will keep with my 300 target. All right, Ethereum, we did a very similar move, and if we look at Ethereum's high, boom, down to the bottom, boom. All right, we didn't even make it to the top of the Fibonacci in the cycle. In fact, we made it to the 3.618. Isn't that very interesting, right? Now, if we only made it up to the 3.618, that means Ethereum definitely does not have the liquidity and the volume that Bitcoin does, but it still does very well. Now, with a head and a shoulder pattern that is somewhat starting to form here on Ethereum, all right, plus pulling this Fibonacci from the top to the base of this cycle, we could possibly see Ethereum hitting maybe the 15 at the 3.618, the $15,185 level, up to the 4.618. Maybe Ethereum has a little bit more of a burst through, and this would take Ethereum probably up to like a 1.8 to $2 trillion market cap. So if we're sitting at a $6 trillion Bitcoin, a $2 trillion Ethereum, okay, we're looking at already $8 trillion. That means there must be about $2 trillion left to go into all of the other altcoins. Now, there is something that I'm going to share with you, because I think we could hit more than a $10 trillion market cap. And the reason I say that, well, even though that would be psychologically insane for people in the space, the point is that we could truly see some interesting mathematics unfold here. So let's go and have a look at XRP. Now, XRP, okay, I'm only pulling it from the 2021 cycle peak to the base of the low in 2022. We've had a massive rally. We've come up to the 1.618, which was almost the $3 level. Now, bearing in mind, if XRP has been at about $3.30, if I'm correct, $3.30 or $3.40. So if Ripple was to essentially go any further, the highest we could see Ripple would come up to about a 4.618. Now, if we were to go to a 4.618, that would take us to maybe like a $500-600 billion market cap on Ethereum. So, on Ripple. Sorry, I keep saying Ethereum. On Ripple, okay? So that's not bad considering where we're at, and considering a lot of people think that Ripple is going to get to like $15-20. I can't see it. I see $8, maybe $10 at the absolute most, my friend. You let me know down in the comments below. Now, I left that one as a starting point after Ethereum, because Solana is actually controversial at this point, right? So Solana, massive cup and handle pattern, retesting right here at this point. If I had to readjust this, check at that. Perfect retest on this level. How interesting is that, right? Okay, this is how beautiful the charts are, my friend, and that's why you just need to be very flexible and adjusting and considering long term rather than too much short term. Depends on where you are. So you're buying this and you're rallying this and taking profits on the fucking way up, okay? Because right now you can see here that according to the Fibonacci here, Solana could get up to about $1,168. Now, I think a lot of people are going to take profits at $1,000 on Solana. Okay, I think Solana at $1,000 is psychologically, again, a very strong level. Some believe it could hit $3,500, $5,000. I don't know, but I will take a huge chunk of profits also at about $1,000 to $1,100. Now, bearing in mind that a lot of people probably want be the smart man, take profits at like $950, $990, okay, instead of right at $1,000. Okay, don't be the greedy maximalist, because it might not reach the target. You could actually get a Solana price that does like $999 dollars, and you could miss that target by $1, and then you could fail to take profits, and you could watch then all of your money deplete while we have that massive bear crash coming in after we've hit some of these Fibonacci levels, which tells us that's when the end of the bull cycle happens. Now, right now with a beautiful retest. Solana's gearing up here to make its next move up, which is at about $415 on Solana. And ironically, then the 2.618 is at 666. Woof. Isn't that honestly beautiful? At $666 on the red Fibonacci. Now BNB, right, is also doing something quite similar. Okay, from the cycle peak at 21 down to the cycle low here, basically at 2022. All right, we can see that we've broken through the 0.618. We've broken through the 786. Okay, we're making higher highs, higher lows. We're pushing our way up. The next move is the 1.618 for BNB, up at $1,000, my friends. Okay, if we are to hit, so just by the way, if Solana hits the 1,100 price, okay, and that takes us from where we are, that's a 5x in market cap. That takes us to about a $700 to $800 billion market cap. That's already bigger than XRP. I'm just saying. Okay, so according to this is what I'm saying. So now here on BNB, the Fibonacci, the 4.618 is up here at $2,500. I think $2,500 for BNB this cycle is actually quite reasonable. That's a 5x in its market cap, and that could give us between a 750 and $850 billion market cap. So if we've got the 5 top coins, and I'm yet to show you the other 2 that I'm about to share with you, sitting at like almost $1 trillion each. We're sitting at $1.6 trillion between Solana and BNB. We're sitting at $2 trillion with ETH. We're sitting at a $600 billion with XRP. So that's call it the 3 of those together. That's like $2.2 trillion. That's already with just the ones that I showed you. That's a $10.2 trillion market cap already. Okay, so you can see where I'm going with this, that there is a lot more room and a lot more potential space and growth for these all of this crypto space to absolutely explode. Now, I don't know how much money is going to come into the space. I don't know, but 2,500 BNB, you best be sure I'm going to be taking profits at the 2,000 level on BNB, my friends. Okay, 2,000 is a good level on BNB. I think people think that we're close enough to 1,000 for it to crush through 1,000. I think $2,000 is your level to take profits on BNB. Okay, don't wait for it to touch the tippity tip, like I keep saying to you. Now, Cardano is also another interesting beauty here. Okay, we had this massive pump up here. So from peak to cycle low, you can see here, we have yet even to get into the 0.618. So Cardano has an extreme amount of space to come in here. Okay, now bearing in mind, Cardano is at like $25 billion at this point. And Cardano, I mean, if we're going to punch up from where are we? We're at 87 cents. We're sub $1. We're saying here, if Cardano could reach this level up to the 4.618, that's a $13 Cardano. Now, my personal target for Cardano is $10. Okay, I'm going to say $10 is reasonable, and I would be taking profits at $10. Once again, it's a psychological level for us. So $10 would be a great level to hit your profit taking. I mean, leave 10% to rally up to the 13, but I mean, that's your choice, my friend. I would be taking profits at the $10 right here on Cardano for sure. I've said Cardano could hit $8 to $10 in this cycle on many videos. And right now, my friends, okay, you can see that there is so much room for Cardano to grow. Okay, and if we are to make a move from where we currently are at a $30 billion market cap and a 14x on this coin, we could hit like we could hit a nearly $100 billion market cap on this. So you can see that there isn't that much space, but there is still lots of space. A 15x on a blue chip is mad. Now AVAX is also one of those beauts, my friend. AVAX has done exceptional. Okay, look at this, from the cycle peak to the cycle low. All right, we haven't even come into the 0.618. We haven't even hit the all-time high. That's 145 at the all-time high. But if we are to get to that 1.618, that's $233. If we are to get up to the 4.618, that's $650. Now, I have a personal target of $666 on AVAX, and I think AVAX could hit that. I think it could blow through this. okay, because of all the gaming, etc., and what's happening there, and Superverse, and all kinds of things that are happening in the AVAX ecosystem, Trader Joe, and so much more. I think we could pump right through, probably, and hit a little bit higher than that, but hey, who am I, man? Who am I? So lastly here, I've done some cool things here for you. I've reversed this Fibonacci. You can see here, I've used the Fibonacci trend-based Fibonacci extension. So you can see here, this is the 100%, so that's the 0, and it pulls right down to the 35%. Look at how every single cycle, from the peak to the low, it pulls down to that 35% level, my friend. So I would presume that it would be doing the same at this current point in the cycle, pulling back down to the 35 to 36% level, which means that that is what is left and remaining of the bull cycle, and the flip and the switch from Bitcoin into altcoins. And this could happen extremely quick, my friends. So don't be fooled and don't linger around. You have limited time to take your altcoins, trade them into Bitcoin, trade them into USDT or stable coins, and bank them. Take some profits. Go and have a good time as well. Don't recklessly spend all your money. Just go and have a good time. Reward yourself for doing the best that you have done this cycle. That's why you are subscribed to the Crypto Bliss channel, because I share with you how to be a good person to yourself, how to take profits, which coins to get into, what to look out for. And if you enjoy that, make sure you're subscribed to the Crypto Bliss channel. I truly appreciate you. Now, I want to go and have a look at the total here. Total has done something interesting too, right? Total got almost close up to this 4.618 level at the $3.2 trillion level. Right now we're at a we're just even way under. We're just breaking this all-time high. In fact, we're just retesting and finding some support here. And if we are to get up to the 4.618, which we usually do, this would give us a total market cap of potentially $11.34 trillion market cap. That's for everything. Now, I'm pretty sure that I told you just the blue chips would give us a 10.2 possible trillion dollar market cap, let alone all of the other altcoins. But I have a thesis to give you, okay? Because if this 4.618 is telling us 11.32, some of those targets may not be exactly what we're saying. So if we go and look at the total two, let's go and look at the total. If we go and look at the total three, we can see here that we've got a massive head and shoulders pattern. The previous Fibonacci from the high to the low didn't get us into the 4.618 level. In fact, we were bluntly stopped at the 3.618 level right over here, just before it. So even if we to get just up to that 3.618 level, my friends, that takes us all the way up into this season, into just the total three, to perhaps a $3.36 trillion level. That means double the amount of liquidity comes in from this previous cycle into this cycle, into the altcoins. Okay, this is just altcoins, excluding Ethereum. All right, that is great. Now, could we see an even higher level at the 4.2 trillion? Now, if we to see all of these other altcoins come in at the call it $4.5 trillion level market cap. If we to do 4.5 trillion plus the blue chips I've just shown you at 10.2, that's $14.7 trillion market cap so far. That's excluding other massive cryptos in the space. Okay, so you see what it is I'm saying. I think we could hit a 15 trillion quite easily in this cycle here. Now, the others tell us that we broke right through, and others means all others outside of the top 10. And we brought in from down here at 63 billion right all the way up here to 500 billion. That's nearly that's an 8x in the cycle. So right now, from where we are, we could see, as this coordinates very beautifully, all the others get a $2 trillion potential market move. Now, the last chart I want to share with you is the Ethereum BTC. This is an interesting chart because if we have to pull this level, the peak to the base, which is actually down here, okay, at this level here, we can see here that this Fibonacci interestingly takes us right up to the 0.6 level. 4.618 takes us up to 0.63 level, which brings us up to right this target over here, interestingly so, right, which is the same kind of percentage move as this move was down here for where we are today. So if we were to do that, my friends, you would gain massively in Ethereum against your Bitcoin. You would gain an 11x in Ethereum. Ethereum will outperform Bitcoin by 11x in this cycle. That doesn't mean it's going to flip it. That doesn't mean it's going to beat it. That doesn't mean it's going to hit it. I'm just sharing with you some of my personal views and what I see potentially happening in the cycle. So let me know what your thoughts are down in the comments below. I would love to get your feedback as to where you believe all of these prices are going to head for this cycle. And if you want to trade with me, make sure to use my Bybit link down below. I truly appreciate you, and I hope you're having an incredible time. Make sure to hit that notification bell for our Monday live session, and I have some more cool videos coming out for you between now and then. So stay tuned. Lots of love and have a beautiful day.